This plant is planted in large parcels of land for pharmaceutical purposes. Atropine is also given to people who had bone fractures in accidents to enhance quick bone setting. And this plant is also given by herbalists to do the exact thing. As I've always pointed out, 75% of pharmaceutical drugs are made directly from plants. I have decided to make this post because I consider myself knowledgeable in matters herbal. But most people out there think that when we talk about herbal medicine, it's about food spices like ginger, garlic. This is a big N on. Herbal medicine is richer than that. Today we're going to talk about one plant which is highly praised in pharmaceutical circles, and it is a high honor to them, but it is highly despised as a plant among people who are ill-informed because of a rumor that was spread in the population, and thus many people ignore it but still use it ignorantly when they go to the pharmacies and hospitals. This is how hospitals manage to capture more customers. Have you ever seen this plant? Look at it. Look at the pod. Have you ever seen it? It's a little bit wilting because I transferred it from its normal habitat for the shoot. This plant grows on each and every continent, in each and every country in the world. It originated in one continent, and because it was so important, users in the 1650s took with them the seeds so that they can grow it wherever they go after their long sea voyages. This is called thorn apple. It has a thorny fruit. We'll discuss about thorn melon because I see it very important to me and to the listeners. But today it's all about this plant, the thorn apple. Its scientific name is Datura stramonium. I've already pointed out in other clips that I'm a medical microbiologist who majored in pharmacognosy and did a lot of drug sensitivity tests. So sit back, relax, take the chill pill, and watch to the end. It originated in Central America. It is sometimes called Jimson weed because it was introduced into Africa very early. People started using it traditionally to treat various diseases. But the settlers did not give the Africans the dosage, so it had some side effects. Overdosage caused some hallucinations, and because these Africans did not understand the principle of hallucination, they quickly thought that it was the witchcraft power that was making people hallucinate. We have so many pharmaceutical drugs that can make you hallucinate if you overdose, so it is nothing new. So with these side effects, some people christened it devil's snare. So it has been blasted everywhere, and people have moved away from it. But they still take tablets that have it. Maybe the pharmaceutical companies did a big job blindfolding us, but we still use the same plant in their medicine. Birds also take seeds of this plant and transfer them, and the seeds that fail to digest in their system are dispersed. That's why you see the plant growing everywhere. And of course, along the roadside, the seeds are carried by rainwater, and you'll see it germinating almost everywhere. As much as we basically ignore it growing on the roadsides, elsewhere, this plant is planted in large parcels of land for pharmaceutical purposes. In Europe, in the Americas, in Asia, where its leaves are harvested, yielding over 1,500 kilograms per hectare, and its seeds yield over 700 kilograms per hectare. You now see everything is known to the specifics. It's grown so that pharmaceutical companies can extract plant chemicals that are put in drugs. Chemicals like scopolamine, ioscamine, and the well-known atropine. Traditionally, an apple was used to treat impotence, boost immunity, improve fertility, for better respiratory health, asthma, to treat heart diseases, anxiety and stress, to make hair care products for better pregnancy, for sleep apnea problems, and to improve moods and other urinary problems. Pharmaceutical companies make exactly the same. Apart from being planted on large scale in big farms, it is also planted on small plots for individual uses in Europe, in the Americas, in Asia, and other places. Remember, never use a herbal medicine without expertise guidance. So what do pharmaceutical companies make out of this? They extract the chemical scopolamine to make scopolamine tablets, patches, and capsules. These drugs are given to patients to prevent vomiting, nausea, and they are also given to patients after operation. The farm companies also extract yoskimine to make yoskimine oral drops and tablets to treat stomach pains, infant colic. You see, babies use it too. Irritable bowel syndrome, bladder control problems, people who cannot control urine, kidney stones, Parkinson's, where you shake, excess stomach acid or acidosis, and it's basically used as an cholinergic. You'll find the drug Levicin as trade name. The farm companies also extract atropine to make atropine injections and tablets. It's given to patients with heart rate problems, asthma. It reduces salivation, and it is given to people who have poisoned themselves as an antidote, or people who have had overdoses, or who have got bit by snakes. Atropine is also given to patients to relieve pain, swelling, people with hiccups. It's also used as eye drops. These drugs are very expensive, but we assume its source on the roadside. With the proper guidance from a herbalist, you can use them for these conditions and you'll be well. So between you and the pharmaceutical companies who have fooled you, who is the wiser and who is the fool? Remember, never self-medicate with herbal medicine though. You need a herbal specialist like us. Atropine is also given to people who had bone fractures in accidents to enhance quick bone setting. And this plant is also given by herbalists to do the exact thing. For the people who planted it in small scale, in Europe, in the Americas, in Asia, they plant it for personal use for these reasons. The fruit is consumed directly after being burnt to treat fevers like malaria. The plant is rich in ascorbic acid and promotes production of white blood cells, therefore it improves immunity. When its dried leaves are smoked, they have antispasmodic effects, so it is good for people who have asthma. It prevents the esophageal wall from constricting. It calms the respiratory tract muscles and prevents them from tightening and closing the airways. The effect is felt in the whole body. Therefore, all muscles in the body are also relaxed for people who are tense. When used, it helps people who have heart problems, like arrhythmias and palpitations. After delivery, a mother can consume small amounts to relieve her of birth pains. Small amounts have sedative effects which calm nerves, inducing healthy hormonal release and make someone sleep better. So be warned, if you use too much of it, you can sleep for over 3 days. That explains why it's given to people in hospitals who are about to undergo operation as anesthesia. When its seeds are soaked in water or milk and taken, it improves circulation in the genitals, which boosts sex drive in both men and women. The caution is never take more than 10 seeds. The lotion made from the plant boosts hair growth by maintaining follicle beds, which ensures that the hair keeps growing without stopping. This plant as it is used in Mexico, USA, Europe, Japan, the Middle East, China, and many other places. As a pharmacognotist, I should give dosages because lay people out there think that we herbalists don't know anything about dosage. If you have asthma, bronchitis, or other respiratory issues, you will need 4 to 5 leaves. But the preparation, you leave it to people like me to guide you. This is to avoid abuse of the medicine. Remember, don't self-medicate. If you have an abscessed wound, you can heat 1 leaf in water and cover the wound with the leaf. If it's a toothache, take dried root, grind it into powder and add a little water. Then apply it on the tooth area for 5 to 15 minutes. To wash wounds, because of its antibiotic effects, make a decoction of the leaves, then strain it, then use it to clean the wound twice daily. As an anti-galactocog, warm a leaf in water and cover your breast with the leaf. Do it twice daily. For rheumatism, take 2 tablespoons of juice made from the plant and drink it twice daily. For earache, boil 3 to 4 leaves on a glass of water for 12 minutes. Strain the solution and put 1 drop in the ear twice daily. For dandruff, take 2 tablespoons of fresh juice and apply to the scalp. Rinse off 2 to 3 hours after and repeat this 3 times a day. I cannot explain everything, so I'll just mention other plant is used for hydrophobia, pains, headache, impotence, cracked feet, leukoderma, insanity, intestinal worms, hysteria, elephantiasis, carbuncles, epilepsy, sciatica, diabetes, infertility, excessive sweating, etc. You will need a professional like me to use it though. Have many other plant products that you can use to treat the same problems. So it's not a must that we choose this one to treat you. It is mixed in other areas or it's used purely as it is. So it can also be used in powder form, which comes with a different dosage as follows. As seed powder, you will need 60 milligrams to 120 milligrams. This is very little. As leaf powder, you will need 60 to 120 milligrams. As root powder, you will need 60 to 200 milligrams. As flower powder, you will need 60 to 120 milligrams. And sometimes you need to use it as ash. So seed ash dosage is 500 milligrams to 1 gram. See you in the next post.